wreck him with these high-powered armaments here. So I'm gonna just shoot him up right here, spray him a little bit, and Hey guys, welcome back to the Bros Films channel, and today I honestly thought I'd be posting part 2 to the new Guinea campaign, but I didn't. I posted IL2 yesterday, and today I just figured out the tricks of the Focke-Wulf 190, and I'm very excited to show this to you. Also guys, I'm starting a new series, and this will be the first episode of it, called Dogfight versus which plane would, win and stuff. So we're going to be comparing two different planes and see how they compete against each other, which one's better, which one would I use, and that kind of stuff, which one should you use, and how to use them against each other. So this video series was requested actually by you guys. A couple people commented down below saying you wanted to see this kind of stuff. So here it is guys, the first episode of the series, and just remember guys, it's all about the pilot. So right here we're looking at the Focke-Wulf 190A3. This is a premium plane in the game that goes for 7,000 gold, and this plane is armed to the rim. You have yourself with two 7.9mm MGs, two 20mm MGs, and another two 20mm MGs, making this one of the most heavily armed planes in the game. You can also equip a 400 kilogram bomb, which is enough to sink most ships in the game, assuming you use the right technique, which I'll show you in today's episode. Now right here we got ourselves the Spitfire Mark V. Now this plane isn't necessarily as heavily armed as the Focke-Wulf, but this plane is almost as fast and can easily outturn the Focke-Wulf and many other planes. Now this plane is a lot cheaper than the Focke-Wulf, but a combined total of all the planes you'll have to get to lead up to the Spitfire Mark V will make it quite around the same price. So right here we got ourselves the armament of 4 30 cal machine guns, 2 20mm guns, and 1 500 pound bomb, which is not quite as powerful as the 400 kilogram bomb, but it can do a lot of damage if used right. So looking at this chart here I made for you guys, you can see a side-by-side comparison of the two planes with the Focke-Wulf on the left and the Spitfire on the right. So looking at speed, they both have roughly around the same speed. Not exactly the same, but the Focke-Wulf is actually a little bit faster, maybe by 10 miles per hour. But in game, that doesn't really make a huge difference. It's not enough to run away from the Spitfire, making it really tough for B and Z sometimes. And now coming down to maneuverability, the Spitfire has a way better maneuverability advantage over the Focke-Wulf. I know that's really weird wording, but the Spitfire can easily outmaneuver the Focke-Wulf, no problem. It can probably do laps around it, it's that maneuverable. Now looking at armor here, we got the Focke-Wulf in the lead with armor. That has a new damage ball and everything. It makes it a lot more armored, a lot tougher to take down, especially coming down to firepower, where the Spitfire doesn't have that great of firepower. It is very low on ammunition as well, so a few shots and you might be out of those 20mm, which really helped the Spitfire out. But coming back to the Focke-Wulf has 4 20mm plus 2 7.9mm guns, which easily makes this thing way more heavily armed. And especially when it comes down to payload, the Spitfire can only carry 500 pounds of bombs, while the Focke-Wulf can carry a 400 kilogram bomb, which is like 880 pounds, something like that, guys. That's an insane amount of weight, and it really blows holes in those ships. Now looking at the statistics alone, you'll see that the Focke-Wulf looks way better than the Spitfire already. But in a dogfight, what you're really looking at is speed and maneuverability. Now because the speed is around the same for both planes, while the maneuverability leans in the Spitfire's favor, it makes it really tough for the Focke-Wulf, which is a B and Z plane, to defend itself. But I actually have a few maneuvers that can help the Focke-Wulf actually make the comeback and get the kill, and I'll show you how to do that. And that's going to require the armor ability from the Focke-Wulf along with the firepower, and let's go ahead and show you that right now. Before we get into dogfights, I want to take the time to show you how the Focke-Wulf 190 bombs. Now this thing really does a lot of damage when it bombs. You're going to go up from a high altitude, preferably over 2,000 meters, and you're going to dive down vertically like this at a near 90-degree angle, maybe a little less, like 80 degrees, and you're going to drop that 400 kilogram bomb right on the bridge where everything's stacked up. And with this, you're going to land yourself easily like 30 kills right there, bringing you way up on the scoreboard and landing you a lot of XP. This plane bombs like a chief, guys. I don't think there's many other better dive bombers than the Focke-Wulf in this game. So if you're looking for a great dive bomber, the Focke-Wulf is definitely there. But a lot of you guys are probably concerned with dogfighting, and I'll make sure I get to that for you guys. Now right here, I want to take the time to show you the firepower of this thing. Looking at these strafe runs right here, you can see these things tear through everything super fast. The high rate of fire, the heavy armament, it makes it so easy just to mow through everything and get a lot of ground kills. Looks like the British were developing their own V1 rockets. Now, as you can see, quick short bursts will land you any kills. This thing just easily tears through everything. It's unbelievable. Now, if you do your job right, in one life you will land yourself a lot of XP, guys. We got 5,300 XP right here. If this was realistic mode, that would have been doubled, and if we had no deaths, that would have been quadrupled. So just to let you guys know, I am showing all this gameplay in chronological order just because it's chronological and that's how everything should be. But anyways, I'm looking to my left right here, and you can see that player over there. He has the altitude advantage. Both of them do. So I'm going to go ahead and jettison my bomb because it doesn't look like I'll be bombing when I have two opponents right here above me. So I'm going to go ahead and drop my bomb and watch it fall for a bit. Then I'm deciding I'm going to go for my guy on the left here. But it looks like Blackjack's already on him, and it looks like that there's two Blackjacks, but that Blackjack's on him. So, and he's already diving away, and this guy's higher, so he's more of a threat to me. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up and aim for this guy instead of the other guy, in hopes that the other Blackjack will take him out, and I'll just have to worry about this dude. However, he's not really too focused on me. He's more of a, I guess, dive bomber right now. So he's going to go ahead and dive bomb, then he's going to focus on someone else instead of me, which will make it a lot easier to get that kill. So now that he's dropped his bomb, this dude's ready to dogfight. He just took out an entire ship, putting us down a lot on points. But I'll be able to bring it back with the Focke-Wulf, no problem. He's going to go ahead and turn here pretty sharply, which will make it hard for me to get that angle right on him here. However, I get lucky here. He decides, instead of to focus on me, he goes ahead and focuses on my buddy there, which will make it easy for me to line up with him and just easily wreck him with these high-powered armaments here. So I'm going to just shoot him up right here, spray him a little bit, and he's already losing parts of his plane, and there's someone else on him too, shooting him as well. And then we're going to finish him up like right around here after he pulls up. And just like that, we got ourselves a kill. At this point in the game, we start to launch our counterattack, which will benefit us greatly in points because it's so successful. I'm going to go ahead and just dive up right here. I plan to go for the 100% battleship right there, but my buddy takes it out down to 44%, so I decided to go for the strongest one right now, which is the 40% one. So I'm going to go ahead and drop my bomb at this high altitude and high speeds, which will make the penetration on it at maximum, increasing the damage by a whole lot, landing there ourselves an instant kill on a battleship, which doubles our points compared to our opponents right now. Now guys, I find that I'm all by myself here. I got no buddies with me, no number 2s, no wingmans. So what I'm looking for right now is an opportunity to strike. I'm picking out which target looks the most threatening to me, and then I'm going to go ahead and attack that one. I'm making sure I climb a lot because I need as much speed as I can when I dive down for my attack. Generally, I'll attack whoever's closest and at the highest altitude. Now, right now, it's tough for me to tell who is at the highest altitude, but I'm deciding between the two players over there. I don't really want to say the guy's name, but you know. So I'm looking at this guy below me to see what's going on with him, but I don't think he'd be able to climb up to me, but I think he's actually in a flat cannon. So I'm going to go ahead and leave him alone right now. Now I'm going to decide to go for the guy all the way on the right because he looks like the most threatening to me right now. So right now we're diving in on a Hurricane over here. Now Hurricanes aren't that threatening because they're very slow, which will give you an absolute advantage over them. So it should be easier to take him out. However, he glitches out right there for me, so I'm like, okay, forget it. Continue on with the dive, get out of the danger zone. So I wasn't able to hit him, unfortunately, because of the glitch, but that's alright. I'm able to get out of there quickly and swiftly, which will keep me alive. Now I'm going to go ahead and find that the Spitfire Mark V is on me now. This is like a perfect opportunity to show you how to evade and stay alive and win the fight. So right now I'm climbing to get away from the Spitfire 5. He probably is going a little bit faster than me right now, but at least I'll be able to get higher and higher, which will allow me to make my counterattack when I stall out. Now, I'm not going to stop climbing until I officially stall out to the point I'm going 0 kilometers an hour and I'm downwards. This thing has an incredibly low stall speed, which makes it so easy to do these B&Z maneuvers. Just make sure you use your rudder a lot to just steady yourself out and flip over. I'm at 0 kilometers an hour. I'm starting to free fall right now, and he's already starting to stall out, which will make this a lot easier for me just to dive down right on him. This thing is not that maneuverable though, so if he pulls some crazy maneuver, you gotta be ready for it. And right now here, he's trying to just dodge all these bullets right here, and we'll see if that works out for him. But right now, it doesn't look like it's working out too perfectly for him, but he is dodging a majority of them. So we're going to hit him up a little bit right there, but it's not enough to wound him. And usually when you do something like this, you don't want to do it twice, but it looks like I'm going to have to. So I'm going to go ahead and just get myself up to around 550, 540 kilometers right now. And then I'm going to go ahead and just pull myself up again so that I can be ready for the second ambush. So this is not even an ambush, but ready for the second attack. So he's going to come up below me again. He's going to do the same thing. And the first time it didn't work for him so well, so he's thinking the same thing. He's saying now, yeah, it didn't work too well for me last time. I'm going to go ahead and bring him down to me, which is smart. I mean, if it didn't work the first time, why do it again? So he's going to go ahead and try to get out of there right now. And he's going to try to just come back around and do as much damage as he can. Unlucky for him, though, this thing has better firepower, and if he can't dodge it, he's in bad luck. Unfortunately, though, we're going to end up crashing into each other, but guess who comes out in the end? This guy. The armor saves me for the win. We did get that kill there, but we weren't credited with it. But either way, we still technically won the fight, but I'll show you better examples here in a minute. So right here, we're back with another bombing run in the Focke-Wulf, because bombing is your #1 priority with the Focke-Wulf. Try to avoid air-to-air combat as much as you can in this plane, unless you're specifically going for it. But in order to win the game, you got to drop these bombs, especially on battleships and stuff like that. So that's what I'm going to do right here, right now. And then after I drop this bomb, I figured I'll go ahead and just join the fight, because you might as well drop your bomb on a ship rather than jettison it in the ocean and then not being able to get that extra kills in there. So now we're going to have that Spitfire back on us again, and this time it's going to work out pretty good for us, I believe, if I remember the footage correctly. However, we are going to get shot the heck up right here, and I mean a lot. I think we're losing pieces of our plane and stuff. But as you can see, I'm doing my best to evade his bullets by just going up and down, turning right and left with my ailerons, your rudder, everything. And then once when I start stalling out a little bit here, I try to use my rudder to keep it together a little bit. But as you can see, I'm getting, bullets are coming really close. Like, if he'd able to land his shots better, he would have been able to hit me. But he wasn't, because he was stalling out as well, which made it really hard to land those shots. And it looks like our plane is really messed up. But unlucky for him, he's going to go ahead himself and get him in the crosshairs of the Focke-Wulf, which will get him shot up a lot. He'll get killed from that. And we're still pretty low on health, but we got ourselves a kill anyways, because we were able to take out the bullets in that climb and just come down on him like that. Now that was a prime example of what you want to do. Now let me show you some other examples. By the way, here are the results of this game I just finished. Now right here, you can see that we're doing a flyby right here. I don't want to engage him. He doesn't want to engage me just yet, because we want to drop our bombs first. However, I have a stronger bomb, which means I'll be able to get more kills than him. However, with this bomb, I kind of missed a little bit, didn't hit exactly where I wanted to, so I didn't do optimal damage, but I did do quite a lot, especially considering that this was a full class whatever battleship. I wanted to aim for the bridge, but I accidentally dropped it a little bit lower than where I was supposed to go, and because of that, I didn't get quite as much damage as I wanted to. We're only going to land ourselves upper 20% right there, so 28%, not terrible for a battleship, but I'll be doing better in the next round. So once when I decided to make Bay back to base, and this guy popped out of the corner of my eye, and I had no idea he was behind me. So I'm going to go ahead and turn into him right here, but I mistake the target and the kill cam for someone else, and that really throws off this head-on-head I was going to try to do here. And then I spot him down below, and I'm like, oh crap, it's too late to do anything right now to evade that. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up right here as much as I can and just start climbing again, because I know he'll stall out, hopefully before I do, and if not, maybe I'll be able to pull up an overshoot or something. But he's going to go ahead and hit me up quite a bit. Not terrible damage, but it could be a lot worse. So we're going to go ahead and turn down into him right now, because he has decided that he's had enough of that climbing. And it's going to go ahead and give us a short angle here. But his buddy's actually behind me, which I didn't really realize. So he starts shooting at me. We shoot this guy up, but now we got someone else behind us to worry about. And this dude's in death range. This dude could easily finish us off here. So I decided to go with an overshoot here, and lucky enough for me, he overshoots. Now this dude's in a hurricane, so I'm like, okay, I got an energy advantage here. I should be able to use that to my advantage. So he's gonna go ahead and, like, he didn't really expect the overshoot, but he was able to counter it still by slowing down because he was in the hurricane. If he was in the Spit, it would have been a whole different story. But because he's in the hurricane, I'm gonna go ahead and climb up here. And as you can see, I'm still stalling, but I'm still pulling up to the best of my ability. Now he's had enough of that climbing. He's stalling out. I'll be able to get behind him now and finish him off like I have everyone else with these heavy armaments, the 420 mils, the two 7.9 millimeters. The armament really makes this thing just wreck everything. So we're going to take him out quite easily as well. Now I was AFK here for a bit, but I might as well show it to you anyways. Here we get ourselves a lone wolf Snook. He's going to go ahead and just get himself shot up by the 20mm of that Spitfire over there. And the 20mm actually do quite a bit of damage, so you want to be careful with them. This dude, however, wasn't, unfortunately, not able to make it to the target, which, you know, that kind of sucked because we're really low on points right here. So he's going to go ahead and try to, you know, drop his bombs as fast as he can, but the Spitfire gets behind him and shoots him up along with that AA. Now the Spitfires are attacking another comrade of ours, and he's going to go ahead and get himself shot down as well, unfortunately. So we got to get back in this fight, guys. We got to go ahead and finish where we started. Now this guest is going to go ahead and play hoopty-doo with him because he just went whoop down. Somehow guest managed to kill a Spitfire with crash landing. That's pretty sick. Alright, let's finish what we started, like I said. Right. Look at the chat, oh my gosh. There you go, that's how you do it. Alright guys, now we got ourselves another brave warrior here in the Spit 1 maybe, Spit 2, I don't even know anymore. Once when he starts shooting at me, I'll be able to tell for you guys. But assuming that he's a guest, it's probably a Spit 1, which means that we have the energy advantage here, and that also means it should be a quite easy kill. However, I decide I don't want to go for him right now. I'm like right next to the ships. Forget jettisoning the bomb in the ocean, might as well hit the battleship with that comeback I was talking about, because we're low on points here. I don't want to lose this game. I'm coming in hard right here. I'm going at a really steep angle. Things at 72% health, and I drop a perfect bomb, guys. That's where you want to drop it. Where this thing hits is where you want to hit it every single time. And look at the damage we do. 72% compared to that 28% last time, guys. So that's how, if you drop your bombs right, guys, you're going to land yourself insanely amount of kills. An insane number of kills, I mean. And now we'll be able to climb out of here. And we got ourselves a Spitfire 5 on us now. So yeah, it's getting pretty intense right here. So we're going to start climbing up, and we're going to go ahead and just do the stall technique again, the B and Z, like normal. However, during that process, we get shot up a lot, to the point where it made it really hard to fight. I honestly thought I was out at this point. I lost my elevator, guys. When you lose half an elevator in the Focke-Wulf, you know you're in trouble because it's so hard to maneuver. I'm pulling as hard as I can right now. Like right here, you can see me pull as hard as I can. It's barely budging, guys. So you gotta be really careful with that. Now right here, he's gonna go ahead and pull some steep angles here, which will make it really tough for me to hit him. And I mean, like I said, guys, you never want to have to BNC twice. Always try getting on your first time. I'm gonna go ahead and pull up as hard as I can right here because I was afraid I was gonna hit the ocean. This thing is honestly a flying rock right now. So I'm doing the best I can to evade. And guys, before you think I'm gonna get myself killed right here, I'm gonna tell you right now, spoilers, I win this dogfight. In fact, I win 2 dogfights while in this condition. That is how powerful the Focke-Wulf can be when used properly. Now we also got ourselves a Spit 1 down there as well, but we're more worried about the Spit 5 because the Spit 1's dead now for some reason. So we're climbing still, and our speed's a little bit reduced because of the missing elevator and the bullet holes, but our stall speed is not. Well, maybe a little bit, I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and pull down right here anyways, while this Spitfire right here is not on me, and I'm gonna be able to get onto him right now at least. Here we go. Diving down a steep angle. Now he's pulling some insane maneuvers again, but guys, you never want to do it 3 times. Like twice is bad enough. You never want to do it 3 times. So he's gonna do it to me. He's gonna pull right out of there. He's gonna go ahead and save himself right there. I'm gonna go ahead and pull up right here. Now here's where I find some opportunity. I can't get that Spit right now below me, but I can get this guy up here. So I'm gonna go ahead and climb, and I'm gonna try to get this guy out. I'm gonna pre-fire just a little bit because maybe I'll get lucky and a few of them will land. But unfortunately for me, they didn't really land when I pre-fired here. But we have a lot of ammo, so it's okay. Now this guy, he's just going to go ahead and ignore us right there, and I'm not going to go ahead and follow him because we got this guy on us right now. So I'm going to go ahead and turn around and get him right here. And here we go. We're going to turn around right where we're stalling, and then come down straight on this guy. He wants to go head on head. I'm all for it. I'm going to go ahead and shoot him up as much as I can here. And guys, honest fact, you don't need to just conserve ammo. You don't need to conserve ammo. Just hold down the trigger because you have so much of it, and it's more about surviving than conserving ammo. Now we're going to go ahead and get ourselves that kill right there because of the armament that we have and the extreme armor that we had. So we landed ourselves that kill there, and let's move on. Alright guys, now in conclusion, which plane is better in my opinion, and which plane is better in your opinion? In my opinion, the Focke-Wulf way outdoes the Spitfire. In dogfighting, it's not necessarily the best. It honestly depends on the pilot. A good Focke-Wulf pilot can easily take out a Spitfire pilot. but a good Spitfire pilot can take out a Focke-Wulf, and if they're both of equally skilled, you'll most likely see a lot of ramming happening. So that's my opinion on that. Now let me guys know what you think and which plane is more superior down in the comments below. I hope you all enjoyed this episode. I know it was super long, but I did a few guys. I recorded a lot of footage just to show you guys the potential of these two planes. I didn't show you any Spitfire gameplay because a lot of you already know the Spitfire and how it performs and stuff like that. It's more of just to show you how the Focke-Wulf competes against the Spitfire. As you can see, Focke-Wulf versus Spitfire. But anyways guys, hope you all enjoyed anyways, and I'll see you guys next time on the BroSwimz channel. Make sure to give this video a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, comment down below again like I said, and I'll see you guys next time. G-Knight from the BroSwimz channel, signing off. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to check out my others. Last episode I did a IL-2 BOS gameplay. If you want to check that out, it was pretty bad. I did pretty bad on it, but I did manage to land myself 5 kills on the ground through a kamikaze. So go check it out if you want to see it, and I'll see you guys there, and I'll also see you on the next episode. Take care guys, bye bye.